Over 4,300 of you watching, thank you so much, because you guys know that traders stay late, and that's why we're here, baby. So what a move down right now to the downside that we saw this market just in the last couple hours there. Nice move here. We'll take a look at the Qs, man. We have all these boards up here. I just put sector watch volatility is back, because right now the NASDAQ today takes it on the chin, down that 1.46%. Again, U.S. So White House, U.S. will examine policy approaches based on the way Israel modifies its behavior and policy. That's not great. Biden felt it was time to talk to Netanyahu about his concerns. That's not great, right? I mean, if the U.S. ever decides to maybe alter their current strategy, the market doesn't like uncertainty. So there it comes back into the downside again. Just seeing, hopefully, that's basically what it is, man. I'm just reading it. I got in the notes here from Brendan. No changes to Israel's policy. There's going to have to be changes to U.S. policy. This is coming out from the White House, and the market did not like that. So we had a waterfall. This is one where you should have gone chasing waterfalls, actually, because there was a lot of opportunities to get in. It wasn't just straight down. We had lots of opportunities to get in. We took advantage and beat down for, like we've mentioned on the show a couple times already, the largest trade here for a single equity, bigger name equity. We talked about DWAC. NVIDIA to the downside today. Have names like this. There's the trade on NVIDIA. Short, boom. All we noticed, guys, was something pretty simple. We weren't breaking. Whoa, what's that? Get rid of that. We were not breaking this top on NVIDIA. So down we went. And then we got that cover down there for 30 bucks at the low of the day. And it was time dependent, right? It's 330, 350 into the close. So there it goes to the downside. Great trade there for NVIDIA. Still moving lower, guys. Wow. NVIDIA, guys, right now getting absolutely clocked in the after hours. Continuously can we put the screen on, Ramin? Thanks. Look at this. Continuously going down right now. We do have the Benzinga squawk up here. If I see anything, I'm going to take a drink now myself. Salud is right. Straight water. Wow, big time movement to the downside right now. I'm not seeing anything on here. If something comes through, I will bring it to you. But guess what? It's not an early roll call, but I'm going to have this up because you guys know what's up. Traders stay late. So if you're here, get into the damn chat. Throw up your ones, man. If you like this NVIDIA trade, if you like the market recap show, you like the energy here. You know what I'm saying? You like the show. Throw up some ones. Let's go. Let's get this chat going. There it is. What's up, Chill Vibes, A9, Ryan, everybody that's on here. Thank you so much. We're showing you live NVIDIA trades. These aren't people coming up, random people saying, oh, the market was down today. I think I'm going to buy these dips and just, this is what happens. The market does pull back. No, these are live. These are real trades. These are trades that you yourself can have. Not everyone can do this job. You guys can see that. You see it live every single day. Back and forth trading that goes through. Look at that. Thank you so much for the love there in the chat. That's a big W for us here at Trader TV Live. Chat going absolutely nuts, and I appreciate that from every single one of you. But there it goes, man. It's a nice move down here in the market today. Bye-bye. Look at uranium today, down 4% and still trying to go lower here in the after hours. Hey, what's up with that? Where did that go? We'll see if we can get that refreshed. How do I reload? All right, we'll figure that out. Get out of here. Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. There we go. We'll go to XLK. Show tree map. There it is. Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. This will show us what was up or what was down today. So we'll get this all figured out. We will go into take tree map off. Oh, it's not reloading. Okay, that's okay. We'll minimize that. Right now, uranium to the downside. We also had XLF. Thank you so much for the ones. You guys can definitely stop. Nah, keep going if you want. Put some more ones in there. Thank you so much. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. And most importantly, tell every single person that you're staying late and watching this recap show, because it does mean a lot to us every single day here. XLF takes it on the chin a little bit today, down that 0.98 as this name comes back in a little bit. This is the daily chart for sure, man. We should have shorted the TQQs. This is normally my poison, is the TQQs, but honestly, the amount of damage that we've been putting on NVIDIA, we'll stay there. I like this because I can put on more shares. I feel more comfortable trading a $62 name, but trust me, we put it on today with NVIDIA, and today was a good day. Nice little downside move coming through there as well. The only market, the only segment that I saw that was up was going to be the TLT. So that was actually up today, up 0.58 as the 20-year Treasury bounces around a little bit. Now coming back into the end of the day, but as we see, maybe we're finding a little bit of a base down here into the TLT. Let's go check out what oil did today. USO up. Okay. You know what? Bitcoin. Let's check out Bitcoin. So BTC today had itself a day for sure. That's a 1 hour chart. Hold on a second. Let me go into a 1 minute chart and blow this thing up for everybody. So here's Bitcoin. All right, it was having a day and then this happened. Get out of here. This is my pen. This is a 1 minute chart. Bitcoin right now is having itself a problem. So yeah, NASA, we have a problem. Bitcoin is reverting from the moon and coming back down into 68,000. It actually had a really nice top up here, Fabian. We just had crypto, nice double tops up here in and around. Now we get into the downside for Bitcoin. Where could we stop? Get out of here, this little thing. We could stop in and around at 67.4. We were there midday. Let's go a little bit more into Bitcoin. Let's go into let's go to a 1 hour chart here. Yeah, I mean, doesn't that look like a good little area of support? Bring it down into 63, 64,000. I like that. I could see that holding for Bitcoin, but watch out, man. NASDAQ and crypto have kind of been doing these dances. So if the NASDAQ continues to pull down, especially here in the after hours, we'll watch out for that. So there's USO coming down. I apologize. I mean, I don't know how to refresh this, to be honest with you. There you go. Hit enter, hit enter, hit enter. Not working, but that's okay. That's what that is today. It's United States oil upside. We talked about XLE coming down. Now, look at what's coming up next. So during the middle of the day, we have Q&A with someone named Shawn. That's me. Was that you, Ramin? Yeah. Q&A with me. Bears versus Bulls. You want to come on, Ramin? We can do a Q&A with Ramin, but then who's going to switch? All right, we'll do that. Get it to Bears and Bulls. We'll figure that out. You guys can get some questions in there. I will answer your questions in just a matter of minutes. Stay with me for a couple more. We often talk about something that's exclusive to the Market Recap Show, and let's go over this right now. It's going to be breaking news. Yeah, not really. Let's go through some calculations here and let's look at, from real trading, where were the profits made yesterday and what were some of those numbers looking like from a P&L standpoint from yesterday. So here we go, man. The top 10 traders yesterday at real trading. Number one comes in at $6,000, trading both the NASDAQ and the New York, Amex, NASDAQ. Wow, so they're all in around 5 or 6 Gs, all the major markets. Amex on there. A lot of traders like to trade the SPY. So Spiders is in there for that reason. Other ETFs as well. ETF trading, good for hedging, good for getting a lot of volume. It's Amex. I don't have the exact symbols or else I would give them to you, but I don't have those. And then down in here, we talk about Thailand, the CSE. We've had some listings in the CSE come through. CSE down there, Thailand and whatnot. That's compare your profits. So not a crazy day by any stretch of imaginations. We had ourselves a day today, which was really nice. And we had it based on NASDAQ volatility. And what we talked about earlier on was some different changes in the market. One name that was pretty volatile today was AbbVie. AbbVie missed on a future guide. What the market is really reacting to are guides right now. AbbVie pulling back in here off of a little bit of a dump, man. It was on track for its largest decrease since October. So they provided financial update here. EPS guidance lowered here at AbbVie from 11.25 down to 10.97. So we can look at other names like Eli Lilly. For me, if there was a space that was going to pull back, I like healthcare, I like IBB, I like biotech. A lot of you ask questions. I'm going to get Bears versus Bulls. Send them to me on our chat through Google, and then I will get those, and we will dance with that. So Biden had a call with Netanyahu and demanded an immediate ceasefire. So that's from Brendan. So thank you for that. But that's sending some of these. So here we go. This is a daily chart. So the reason why this is part of my mind is we're pulling back in, getting close on the IBB. I'll do a little bit more work. We'll find out what names are in here. We got names like Moderna, names Okay, IBB names ETF. We'll figure out what are the biggest holdings in that. And just a quick little Google search. Should have asked Perplexity or Gemini, I guess. Amgen, Gilead there, Regeneron, Vertex Pharmaceuticals. As we go on, these are the names, which is why I'm talking about AbbVie and future drug developments. These are technology names wrapped into biotech. Pretty creative. Moderna's on there, Biogen's in here. I'm sure AbbVie is in here, but as you go, these are all names, Sarepta, names that we all like, but again, a little bit of a pullback gets us to where we need to be if you're trying to buy and diversify some of your portfolio. Another name for that would be XLV. So this is another name. Look at this pullback, man. The healthcare. Now we've had some pricing changes lately, some new insurance rules coming through for some of these healthcare names. This gets pulled back as well, which actually reminds me that we could call up something that we haven't used too much, but that I really like. Adara uses this all the time. Brendo uses this. This is the stock heat map that we always talk about. Yeah. Ramin again, bang. Meta, Greensville today. Let's look for some strength. I think the market could possibly bounce here. We can look at a longer time frame on the Qs. I'll do that for you in a second. But Meta today, strength in Meta, up almost 1%. We like that. Strength in GE off of that recent split. We like that as well. That could be an industrial name. So we've got a tech name to watch for strength tomorrow in Meta. We also have a strong name in the industrials to look at. And then look at the consumer durables. We have Tesla today. Tesla. What a good name today to the long side. Isn't that strange? Some names it's down 5-6% some days and you're like, wow, Tesla, man, that name is weak. And then today you're like, wow, the market puked all over itself, but Tesla actually holds up today. Now, I got to take another drink, man. That was a busy day. What's up, Sebastian? Guys, tag Bears versus Bulls. You can also tag me if you want. We are going to do a big Q&A very, very soon. Here's Tesla holding down off of that 162. And by the way, right now, we're live everywhere, man. Go find us on Twitch, on Instagram, on YouTube, X. No, we're not on X anymore. Go find us everywhere. Tesla, I like this little downside push here. Now, bouncing off of 162, look what happened today on Tesla. We had a huge move up and then a fade into the end of the day. But look how much we were up at one point. It still does not close anywhere near some of these support levels that we had talked about before. Sure, 171 is here, but it could have kept going. I like this 170 tomorrow for Tesla. I can't even remember. Did I even trade Tesla today? Hold on a second. Let me have a quick look at this to see if we did that. Okay, a couple questions coming in. Thank you so much. Mr. Bears versus Bulls. No trades for me on Tesla today. Definitely that 168. That's a level that we've liked a couple times over, 168. Look, we are human, right? We're going to have some L's on the board. And we put one on the board today with Alibaba. What do you guys think about the Chinese names? I mean, Chinese names very much under pressure right now as well. But I like, hey, first of all 3,000 of you staying late with me, hey, they like the Q&A here, Brendo. They like the Q&A. So let's see what happens on that one. Breaking down through 72, we'll figure this all out about Alibaba. I like the bids on this. We want to say a big shout out to our good friend Chris Brecher, who is off on some like crazy vacation. I like Alibaba potentially holding these levels, but if you flip it over to a daily chart, there's lower levels coming here. But look at the RSI down here at the bottom. It's actually holding out relatively well in the middle here as we come back to approach these bottoms. We talked about this the other day, and I want to thank Michael Noss. Look at what happened here as we get going. Look at the RSI topping out, right? Well, we're topping out here as well on the upside of the market. Now, that generally will happen, but look at what a dramatic pull we get back down in here. So as some of the strength comes out in the name, you're seeing some relief back into the RSI. So one more day like this, maybe we get back into a buy level in and around 30s. Look at the last time the RSI was at 30 for NVIDIA. Was back into here, back into some November lows. Then we dipped again in the RSI back into 40. That goes back there to late December lows. So now we're getting another dip. That was held, that's right there. Then we exploded back up to the upside. Does NVIDIA have some legs? I think there's a potential here for us to bounce a little bit, but we don't have to buy today. We don't have to buy these levels. We could break lower. Okay, so as we continue, look, we're hosting the show, trading the show, and now breaking down these charts. Thanks for joining. Oh, man. I have a great time being here with you guys every day. Trust on that. Oh, we filled back up right now. Okay. All right, so let's get rid of that. All right, you guys want to do Q&A? Then let's do a little bit of Q&A. It's Trader Talk. All right, let's go over and call up. First of all, let's get rid of this. Thank you so much, Bears v. Bulls, and everybody that's about to participate in this, because there's a couple questions, and we will find out here. This is actually a pretty good one here. From Eddie R. You know, we can go. Look, honestly, I don't know if my wife. What are we doing tonight? There's chess. I don't think the daughter has hockey. Marissa may be in here, which could be hilarious if she is. All right, so here we go. Let's go right here. Eddie R. right now. Let me get this question. We'll post it in right now. There it is. He says, Shawn, do you spend a lot while driving? Do you spend a lot while driving? Or do you speed? I mean, okay, that's one letter missed. Spend and speed. I thought it was, do I spend a lot of time driving? And the question would have been in relationship to how long we spend going back and forth. Neil is a commuter. For that, for me, I'm able to drive in, and my drive-in is about 25 minutes with not too much traffic, about 30 and change in the morning, and about 40 or so at night. Do I speed? I've never gotten a speeding ticket. Okay, thank you. Will the solar, oh, what's up, my guy? It is Mr. Kevin Mendoza. You guys can put whatever, keep taking questions. Keep going, Bears. All right, Kevin Mendoza. Will the solar eclipse affect the stock market on Monday? Well, you know what? My kids are off. A lot of kids are off. A lot of people are off that day. I could see volumes drying up. And the thing about it is, yeah, I mean, we're not sure what this solar eclipse is eventually going to do. Will it just, my wife was like, oh man, all these birds are going to be flying. They're going to think it's nighttime, and then what's going to happen with the wildlife? So there's that as a potential. I'm bringing my glasses in. We've got special glasses. I'm going to go outside and look at it. So I just think that if Wall Street takes a break during the solar eclipse, we could see less volumes. But trust, if the market dips down because there's a solar eclipse, we got to start buying. All the planets are aligned today? Okay. All right, 2491. I'm not sure we'll be around for that, but Ramin definitely will be. All right, so here we go. What are some good levels for long now on the NQ? That is from Bob123. So, okay, Bob123, let's go. Unfortunately, you're just going to have to sort of extrapolate this, because the levels that we have right now, oh, actually, you know what? These are the Qs. Hold on a second. I can look at them on here. NQ / it's M right now, right? The June. Okay, so here we go. So we're at 18,000 right now. Wow, we're at 18,000 again? Gulp. We are still continuously moving down here. This NASDAQ really, wow, man, we called those tops at 18.6, boy. Did we nail that? We've been selling, baby. We talked about that. That's a nice one. Nice move down right there. Okay. All right. So let's look at this real quick. All right. We've talked about this a couple times over and over again. Hopefully the 200 period will load up on here. Doesn't look like it's going to. Womp womp. All right. So for me right now, if we're going to look at something, let's put this over here and start to draw around. So for me, you can go back down in here to 17.8. So, you know, you're going to have to look. I think that's a decent level to start to buy where we could have had some support. I'd like to call up an RSI. I'm going to go back to my other chart to do that. But now we've broken below the 50 period. The last time that we kind of tempted fate was kind of back in here into 17,000. We did have that wick bottom possibly, and then a little bit of a bouncy spot back down into 16.6. But the thing is that how low do we actually think we're going to go here in the NASDAQ? I feel like you're going to have to look at individual names to potentially find an area of support. But if I was going to look at the Qs and again and do some of that same work, the RSI is a very, very popular indicator to look at. That's going to be relative strength. So for me, if you're going to look at some levels, you want to go back and find when was the last time we were down to 30s. Those are pretty easy levels for RSI. So if you're going to look at that, that's all the way back down into here. So for the Qs, you're talking about some pretty good lows down here. So that's about 344, 345. So on that, that's NASDAQ 430. You lose 100. I mean, that's back like 15, 20% from now until you finally find a spot where you might want to actually put like a significant piece in. I actually like a 200 period. We've seen stocks like PanW, Adobe, and good names pull back into the 200 and find some support. So for me, really 393. So that's about another 10% down. So I feel like the NASDAQ has a little bit to go. Remember, today we'll end up down 1.56%, but we were also up 1%. So that's a 2.5% move. We did see some major equities reverse 2.5% today as well. I think we can go downside, especially if Bitcoin doesn't hold. I feel like that's not a great sign for the overall market and strength in what people feel like when they look at their accounts. They like to see that little nest egg there with Bitcoin, maybe can help survive with NASDAQ. But if NASDAQ loses and Bitcoin loses, I could see that being a problem, let alone gold. Gold was red today, wasn't it? Yeah, gold down 0.35. All right, let's go. All right, okay, so kind of from Sebastian here. We'll put this in. It's kind of the same thing now that I read this. I'm reading some of these as we go, so we'll do that now. All right, how long do we think this correction could last? Could it be a more severe crash? Could it be a correction? Could there be a currency? So we talked about the DXY. Look, I don't know about the US dollar. Maybe me and Brendan will talk more about this on the podcast, but my big worry was with jobs. We talked about that. I mean, it looks like the Fed will cut. I mean, we can look at the CME Fed rate tool. We did have Frank on earlier today. Looking like 2 this year. Looks like they'll probably take 3 off the table. And, you know, today wasn't a good sign. There was talk about getting work back down into that 2% again as inflation's kind of creeping back up a little bit. And they're going to have to deal with that as they try to get inflation under control. They're not going to cut with inflation starting to get back up to the upside. That's what sort of created them to raise in the first place, as a lot of us know. So I still think we got to wait for some more data. We have jobless NFP tomorrow coming through, so we'll have to wait to see what that jobs number looks like tomorrow. So unfortunately, Sebastian, I don't know how long this thing could go down, but if you're going to look at a bellwether like Apple, I mean, it's about to lose this level. So that's a little worrisome for me too. And then a name that we all sort of thought had a moat around it, Microsoft, which I still do believe. They're still up here. What about if this loses 400 as well? So the market's going to lose confidence in some of these bigger names, which is why we've been getting out of some names like Disney, and then today looking at getting out of some XLE. We sold some Spotify this afternoon as well. Some of these high asset class names, or some of these names that have been on high runs that have high beta, you know, you might want to see a pullback in those. And unfortunately, a name like Palantir does hurt. Okay, what's up to Matt right now? Matt Carnes, he wants to ask me about options. Now, unfortunately, there it is right there, from Matt Carnes, Apples versus Bears. When will they start options? Look, I probably shouldn't have said anything. I was told Q1, I mean, by, you know, people that, you know, it's not like I just threw that out there. Unfortunately, I guess there's been some hiccups in that. We're launching real trading. That's going to be a part of all of that. So thank you, Matt. Let me go back on that and see if there is something. It's funny because we worked a lot on getting crypto out, and then IBIT and all those ETFs came, and now we don't really look at crypto. So that is not great there. Okay. So, I mean, what else, man? What's up to Pablo G right here? We're just going to do a couple more, and then we'll go over some sticky note stuff. And I just want to thank everybody for coming through. I think this is a problem too, Michael. My daughter can't buy a house. Honestly, this is part of the problem. We do have another book here. What do you keep in mind? Institutional liquidity concepts, fair value gaps, and order blocks when trading. So I'll talk about order blocks and things like that. But I think that's true, Michael. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but they should drop rates. I mean, maybe they shouldn't as far as the economy is concerned. I feel bad because I have a kid as well that's, you know, and I mean, a lot of young people around us here on the trading floor. And it's like, unless you find a great place to rent, it is hard to step into a new place. It's hard to step into a new place in a big metropolis, which is why there are some looks outside. but our transportation is not that great in the GTA, so getting into the city is always a problem. So I feel like for cities like that, maybe the core is okay. Retail, I feel like real estate is a problem. We've seen empty malls, empty office space. However, there have been a little bit of a resurgence in some of these property names. The name that I like, shout out to Daryl and everybody out there, I've been a buyer of Simon Property Group. I mean, this is one of the largest retail mall retailers out there. I like Simon Property Group, and that's pulling back a little bit as well. So it's XLRE for real estate. So again, there are some concerns for me anyways in the real estate sector. Okay, one last question because it doesn't. Thank you, Bears versus Bulls. But it's actually Matt Carnes again, and I think that this is an important one. And I want to thank everybody for sticking with, man. That was good. 2,600 that stayed late with me. Wow, that means a lot. This is a sticky note thing, so we'll put that up. What's the criteria for being put on the morning watch list? Okay, so, what do you mean the criteria? Watchlist.tradertv.live is the website. Do you have that thing? Can you run that? Watchlist.tradertv. We do have like a little promo. I just don't have it on here. Watchlist.tradertv.live. All right, so you got to go over there. I know this is not what you're asking, Matt, but I'm going to do it anyways because there it is. So do all this. Thank you, Ramin. I think there's sounds on this. Go over there. You get all this. It's all there. Okay, so now there's no sound at all? Okay, so I'll just talk through it. Anyways, there's the website. Here it is right here. Catch us. It's so easy you sign up. So what's the criteria? I understand the question for sure. So what I look for here, and I want to thank everybody for watching out. So I can talk about it with a sticky note, but I'm actually going to get today's watch list for everybody here and show them what we're talking about. I'm going to view this in the browser. So here it is, two handsome gentlemen and me in the middle. And then so here's what's going on today. Good day, everybody. And then what we look at is economic events. I think that's really important. So the criteria for that is simply look up a website, find out what economic events are, put them on, right? Find important ones. That's why you want to come here. There's a lot of releases. We'll put the most important ones on here. But this is the main reason here. And it's a very simple word. It's called catalysts. So what happens is we scan through, and it's not me that does this. It's Adara, it's Brendo. They scan through, and they look for different news pieces that have hit overnight. So for example, we had that crazy move up and down yesterday in Alphabet. That makes it, right, on the AI talk. So that's in there. Then what I do is I look at Alphabet and I say, Alphabet, what does that saying to me? What are some key levels that we like? And man, oh man, did we hammer that out today. We put Alphabet on the sticky note as our trade idea number one right there because we like the long. We thought that was a fugazi. We thought that it deserved to be upside right there. We put on the sticky note as the trade idea number one. And then this is how your boy traded Google today as wow. The NASDAQ's still making lower moves there. Google was a top stock for us today, buying these 152 levels. It goes up to 154 and we get out. And then, of course, the collapse amongst all collapses in the market happens in the afternoon. But we really like that. So to answer your question, sort of, Matt, that's what goes on the sticky note or the futures list here, and it's just about finding catalysts, what's going to be on it. Nvidia was up, and then we destroyed that to the short side. It just gives me reasons. Levi Strauss on earnings. It just gives us Block was a downgrade. It just gives reasons to look at different names, and we'll always put on there some low flow runners. Look, today it's going to sound. Because we're doing a show, it's hard for us to always sort of go back and forth and talk about each other's trades and whatnot, right? But we had tweeted this one out hours and hours before this went down. So you can follow, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to put these trades out here. So here's me updating NVIDIA as it's going down, what we're doing. But right into here, and here it is right here. This was 5 hours ago. I don't even know. 11:30. Starting an NVIDIA short here. I do this every day. So those of you that are watching, go follow, man. Almost 48,000, 40-something thousand followers. And then we started to build on this. And then we started to show you guys, all traders out there, where we started to get out. We started filling the outs up here. Started getting out. Then we said, let's wait. Yup, part one. We even started labeling them parts. That's yup part 1. Then we had yup part 2 as it started to fall down even more and more. Then it started to come in. There's yup part 2. Where are we going with this, man? We're coming in. Where are we getting out? And then to end all ends right there, we wind up getting that final. No, that's not even the final out. Where is that $30 winner, man? Where did we put it? There it is right there. Yup part 3 at the end. Look at that. All the way down into 866 off of a small little tweet that we send out at 11:29. But make sure you join me every single day because we put that sticky note out at 8:30 every single morning, and it has some trade ideas on it. It had some doozies there today. I got to thank everybody for coming through. I got to thank my guest, Bears vs. Bulls. Without Bears vs. Bulls, we wouldn't have been able to get those Q&As out. Thank you so much for watching. I'm back tomorrow at 8:30, but the sad thing is it's Friday, so this market recap show will not exist tomorrow because we're going to film the podcast, but I have good news for that. I'm going to be put to work even more because the podcast is going to be filmed in a podcast room, which means I'm going to be here every Friday now. I'll see everybody tomorrow at Trader TV Shawn. Go follow me immediately. Thanks, Ramin, for staying late. And thanks everybody else. Ciao.